What is up, y'all? Nero here, bringing another video. This is going to be a Shop Titans guide in the series for hero equipment and best in slot gear. We're going to be going over the Mage today. It's under the Spellcaster class. It's the first tier, Mage. Now we can see its skill is high attack power. That's the only information that it gives us at first glance. We can see 1 hit point, 2 attack, 1 defense, 0 evasion, and 1 in skills. So we're gonna recruit this. All right. So let's talk about the basic things with the Mage. I should have pointed this out before. It's a very important aspect, but the Mage's skill is fire. Fire is the skill, and we can see highest attack power, what that translates to in actual numbers, is a plus 20% attack power. Pretty strong. That's a decent amount of attack, let's be honest. I wish the soldier got a 20% out of the gate defense. That would make it a lot better. But either way, this is what we're working with. And then we can see the first upgrade is really easy to hit. It's not hard to hit at all. And that's 10 fire. So once we get 10 fire, you get an additional 10% attack, bringing it to the total to 30. And once you get 40, that's the big jump. Once you hit 40, you'll be 50% attack. Now this is your overall attack. So it's not like the rogue. It's not just with the weapon. This is overall attack. So this can be really strong. No evasion, so I mean it lacks there compared to the rogue, but this is definitely a really good damage class right out the gate. Mage can carry on into the later parts of mid-game. Maybe not end-game, because there's those higher level heroes, but it's not a bad class for attacking. Okay, so we want to build fire on it. That's number 1. And real quick, we're going to go over the equipment slots that they use. So they can use staffs, they can use crossbows, and they can use wands. Wands always, in every scenario, a wand has always come out on top. I'm pretty sure in all my list, every single thing's a wand. Now, you can't make wands unless you have the expansion to where you can craft wands, but just like I said in the other video, you can always create request. You can go in here, you can select wand, boom, 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 and then baton, the level 1, and this one's strong right out the gate. So there's nobody selling these, but like I said, if I try to buy this and I just let it sit here, it's probably gonna buy for the minimum price, just because the materials to make level 1 stuff is so easy to come by. So look, it already sold. So boom, we got our best tier 1, and that is a very good tier 1. So I'll go over everything and how to craft it, but if you don't, since most people might not have the expansion for the wand creation, we're gonna hold off on that. Give me a sec, I'm just gonna change the song up, y'all. It's on chill bass, but it sounded like some kind of, I don't know, harmonica sad time. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna go check out our good buddy old pal the Mage. So we're gonna ignore the wand aspect of it, and I'm just gonna go with everything else. Oh, you know what, I totally forgot to read off all the rest of the equipment. So the chest piece is going to be the cloth body, cloth hat, cloth shoes. This is a spell slot, and then these are rings. So a lot of your attack is going to come from your spell slot and your ring. This has 3 offensive stats and 3 defensive, so this is a lot better for damaging than it is for absorbing damage. And with this low of hit points, you definitely don't want to be tanking. So either way, we'll get right into it. So I'll do it the same style that I did the other one. I'll go over each tier, and then I'll list all of it off at the end. If you guys want to go back through the video and where I listed them all off, just listen to it and you can hear, okay, he just said tier 2, boop, 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 and all the stuff that I list. Okay, so your tier 1 is going to be that wand that we grabbed. Your body is going to just be the regular shirt. You'll craft these right when you start the game. Easy peasy to get. So shirt. Your hat is going to be a stitched cone, level 1. Like I said, right when you start the game, you'll get this. And let me show you the stats, just so we're being 100% thorough. Considering there's no other information on YouTube about this, I want to be thorough and do a good job here. So 7 defense on the shirt, and our hat, stitched cone, 7 defense on the stitched cone. Now the shoes are going to be, these are really interesting, and it's cool because you're already, oh wait. Oh, I guess I don't have these. You know what? These might be a pack item. I think I put a pack item in here by accident, y'all. Let's double checkity check. Nope, not that. Yeah, Trailblazers, they do. They have to be a pack item. Okay, so these Trailblazers are really good. They give plus 25 defense, and they also give plus 5 fire. I thought these were a chest item, but I suppose they're not. Anyway, the value is 380. Let's see if we can buy it just at standard. Oh, it looks like it just bought immediately. Yeah, okay, it did. So, not a hard item to get. You can easily get this. You just saw me do it. So these give 25 defense and they give 5 fire. Now, why they're so good is because this should tell me. It doesn't tell me how to get it. Oh, did I look right past it and... Oh, you know what? I clicked on the wrong shoes. There we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it is a chest item. You get this from the first chest. So, I don't know why I bought that. But either way, it shows you don't have to have the chest items in order to get them. So putting them in the Abyss list, I felt like it was fair. This is going to give you plus 25 defense, which is a lot for level 1. It's going to give you 5 fire right out the gate. You can hold on to these for a while if you having a hard time building up 10. But you always want to be having 10. When you're wearing tier 2 or tier 3, you should automatically have 10 for an extra 10% total attack. It's just super easy to get, and your defense really doesn't matter anyway, because if your character's getting hit, you're probably just going to die. Let's be honest. So, tier 1 Trailblazers, those are going to be your shoes. Very important. Okay, now that's done. I'll go to the spells. Tier 1 is going to be Scroll of Cleansing. Now, I know you see Scroll of Sparks here. Let me show you. This is going to give you 44 attack. This Scroll of Cleansing is going to give you 74 and 5 holy. So 74 compared to 44. Big difference. And then if you add an additional 20% or even 30% on top of that, crazy. So that's Scroll of Cleansing. You're going to want to use that as your tier 1 spell. And then your tier 1 ring is going to be Iron Ring right here. 29 attack for the tier 1. Puts you in decent shape. Nice level 1 character that's pretty geared, and it's not hard to get these requirements at all. If you don't have the rings unlocked at tier 1, that's okay. You can buy these. They're not ridiculously expensive. Alloy loops kind of can get expensive, but they're not too expensive. Either way, that's going to be in the tier 2 list, which we'll move right into right now. So your tier 2 list, which is going to start at hero level 3, is going to be Elvenwood Wand. And I'll show you this. Go to city, go to market, create request. We'll go here to the wands. Elvenwood Wand right here, this bad boy. So about 1700. And that wand is going to give you plus 74 attack. Okay, that's going to be your weapon. Your body is going to be the black robe, which you can craft with nothing. It's one of the basic crafts. So it's going to be under here, and black robe right there. And then this is going to give you 15 defense. Your hat for tier 2 is going to be black cowl, and that is another one that you can just craft. Easy money. Gonna give you 15 defense. That's your tier 2. Your spell is gonna be Scroll of Armor, and this is a really good scroll, to be honest. I mean, look at this. We can see Scroll of Cleansing is good. 74 attack, that's solid. But that's a pack item. You think that this would be comparable, but no, 96 attack and 24 defense, and this is not a pack item. This is one of the items that, I mean, the reason that it gives you defense is one of the prereqs is you have to have this breastplate. You have to make a breastplate, and you have to use some herbs to make this, and that's why it gives you both. But attack and defense, so very nice. Your ring for tier 2 is going to be the alloy loop that I showed you, and this bad boy is going to give you 42 attack. So if you're geared on tier 2, it's going to be a nice chunk of attack coming out of there. Your tier 3 is going to the weapon is going to be Hexer's Wand. I'll show you that in the market just so you can get an idea of how much it is. So it's going to be this guy right here. And it's going to be about 4 grand. It's not ridiculous. And it's going to give you 120 attack. So almost double from what our tier 2 stuff was. So that's going to be that. You're going to have Druid's Robe as your body on tier 3. Which is right here. It's going to give you plus 30 armor. You're going to have Druid's Laurels as your hat, which is going to be this guy right here. And this is going to give you 29 defense. And then you're going to have... so in this position, the level 1 Trailblazers that I showed you guys are still BIS. These are just so good. And you saw they're super easy to get because just you want to keep that 5 fire. 25 defense is not bad at all. And if we look here, light footwear, we're in tier 1. Here's the tier 2 flip-flops. 15. We'll even look at the tier 3. 25. So you got 25 there on tier 3, and you've got 25 here on tier 1. It just makes sense. Like, keep these. They're good. Straight up. Okay. So those Trailblazers are going to be tier 3 BIS as well. Scroll of Storms is going to be your tier 3 scroll. So we go here. Scroll of Storms right here. 156. So these really start to jump up in attack. Like I said, a lot of your attack comes from your ring and your spells, just straight up. So definitely want to be trying to upgrade these. And then the Emerald Ring is going to be the next upgrade. So we can see, I know this gives us blue. If you have flame, you might want to go ruby. It's up to you what you want to do. But you can see here, tier 3 is going to be 64. And if we look here at the Emerald Ring, it's going to be 86. And that's before it's multiplied. Keep in mind about that mage bonus, you get an additional percentage of power. So kind of every little bit kind of matters. So personal preference, my best pick is the Emerald Ring. So that's that. Tier 4 is going to be Steel Rod. Okay, and so this is where if you want to, you can kind of not upgrade to the next tier of wand. But it's up to you. Totally up to you if you want to do this. These sell for around 10 grand, typically. Sometimes the price is a little bit more expensive, and as you get into the later levels, because spellcasters use wands, and wands are really strong, it can be hard to buy them for the price that they sell. Like you saw that tier 1 through 3 stuff is like, comes easy. It just immediately buys for market price. But as you start going up in tiers, especially with things like wands, crossbows, stuff like that, I've noticed you can't really buy them for the base price anymore. You got to kind of start spending more, which isn't horrible. And if you want to gear your character and you don't care about money, just spend, because your hero is going to make the money back anyway. So anyway, Steel Rod is going to be your tier 4 BIS weapon, and this is 152. So it's an upgrade from the Hexer's Wand, which I almost promise we'll buy for 4K. That's 120, and this is 152. So you're paying double the price, and you can resell the Hexer's Wand, obviously, but you're paying double the price, and then you're getting 32 more attack. After the percentage, it's a pretty good deal, but like I say, I want to keep my heroes strong. I want to always be upgrading them whenever they unlock next year, so that's how we do it, by doing upgrades. Your body in this tier is going to be Disciple's Robe, and that is right here. This is going to give you 48 defense, so you're actually starting to get into the survival range to where you would actually survive some attacks. Your tier 4 is going to be Bronze Circlet, which I'm not sure if I can actually show because I don't think I have it unlocked. Oh, I do have it unlocked. Okay, cool. So that's going to be 39 Bronze Circlet, tier 4. Your shoes are going to be... Oh, this one's a little bit iffy. So you've got Trailblazers on, right? These things are tier 1. They give you 25 defense. Now, we already showed you they're better than all these other ones, but tier 4, this is going to be 48 defense. That's kind of comparable, and it, like I said, it's getting in the range where you can build to kind of survive here. So, if you have a fire enchantment, if you can enchant these with fire and replace that 5 from your shoes, get Thieves' Shoes. If you can't, hold on to those Cinder Souls, or the Trailblazers, and just keep using these for a couple more tiers, and it's really not going to kill you. But that extra, it's almost double the defense on this single item, so it does add up. Like I said, if you have the enchant, upgrade. The spell on this one is going to be Song of Valor, and it's this guy right here, your tier 4. This is going to give you 220 attack before the percentage upgrade, and then your ring is going to be Silver Band. So that's this guy right here, and this is going to give you 88 attack. So 88, and the other one 86. Up to you. But the reason I suggest the upgrade is this has water hard locked on it. And if you want that fire buff and you want to try and get as much fire as you possibly can, you kind of want to take Silver Band. That way you don't have anything and can put fire enchant on it. Just a thought. So up to you whether you want to upgrade, but that's that. So getting into the last upgrades, tier 5 and tier 6 here. Tier 5, you're going to want to use Star Rod, and this is where it kind of is a little bit pricey. It's not too bad, but for this level range, it can be a little bit pricey. So you can see these are, the base value is 18,005, and the lowest other person that's buying this is willing to pay 28,620. These can get up there in price. They can get up around 35-40 grand at the peak hours. You can snag one for probably like 28 to 30 thou on a good deal, but you're paying a lot of extra. The thing is, this thing does plus 200 attack, and that's good. You really want that upgrade, especially if you chose not to upgrade to that steel rod. You definitely want to upgrade from the Hexer's Wand to the steel rod. So this one is an upgrade that you want. So that's going to be your weapon for tier 5. Your body is going to be the Scholar's Tunic. Here we go. And this guy's going to give you plus 74 defense. Definitely want that upgrade. That's a nice upgrade. The hat is going to be the Wizard Hat, which I don't think I can actually show you. Yeah, I don't have it unlocked yet. But that is going to give you plus 64 defense. Your shoes are going to be these Elven shoes, which I also can't show. Those will give you plus 68 defense. So you definitely, if you haven't upgraded to Thieves' Shoes, 68 defense is a lot more than the 25 from Trailblazers, so you're going to want to upgrade and try and get enchants, especially at tier 5. Okay, so that's tier 5 boots. Tier 5 spell is going to be the Tome of Night. So now we'll go over this real quick. Stats for the monster manual, 270. So like, that's a lot of attack. So this is where you have to balance in that fire and decide whether it's what you want to do. You also are probably going to upgrade to Tome of Secrets, so if you can't do this, then you can't do it and just let this one pass. But this one's 328. That's a lot of attack. That's a bunch of attack, especially before your percentage increase. That just the percentage increase on this is 64, but by itself, like just with 20% attack. So anyways, that's a lot. You definitely want this, but if you want to skip past it because you have enchants now and you want to have something you can enchant rather than having this be dark, I understand, and we'll get into the tier 6. The tier 6 will be Tome of Secrets, that way you can enchant that. Your tier 6 Bis is also going to be a wand, and it's going to be this guy right here, Vel. And you can see we getting up there, boys. This thing's gonna be probably over 100 grand for you to buy. If you put this at 9701, for example, and you leave it here, you might get one in like 45 minutes. A safer bet is putting it like 105, 110 grand right there, and you'll get it in 5-10 minutes. But that's a lot of money for one piece, and especially it's just common. It's got no rarity. That's a lot of money. At least at around my levels, that's a fair chunk of money for tier 6s. So that's going to be your weapon, and that's going to give you 260 attack. You definitely want to upgrade to it. You don't want to skip over that one. Upgrade that one for sure. Your body is going to be Witch's Outfit. There's a couple other choices we could have taken here, but we want to keep unenchanted so we can enchant with fire. So 105 defense, pretty good. Those are also kind of pricey if you're going to buy it and not make it, but might want to unlock it if you plan on playing mages or geomancers or anything with mages in the future. You might want to kind of work on that tree. So that's the body. Your hat is going to be the witch hat, which I also don't have here to show you, but I will go... Whoops. I will go here to show you. It looks like this. Not too bad. These aren't ridiculously priced. So Witch's Hat, 90 defense. Crazy. So really good defense for a cloth hat, to be honest. Your shoe is going to be the Savage Stitch. And I'm not sure if I have these unlocked either, so I'm just going to show you in the market. That's going to be this guy. The Savage Stride. I don't know why I said Stitch. I have Stride written down. So these aren't that bad. And it is going to give you 96 defense, which is really good for a cloth shoe. Tome of Secrets is going to be your spell, so I'll go over that now. So that's this guy right here, and it's going to give you 340 attack. So keep in mind, it's a big upgrade. It's a decent upgrade from the Tome of the Night with 328 attack on that and 340 on this. Main thing is you're getting rid of that enchantment. So now you can throw a solid fire enchantment on this and get it really pumping. That's going to be a lot of extra damage. So Tome of Secrets, and then your ring is going to be the Knight's Signet. And I also don't have that unlocked, so I'll show you what it's going to be in the market. That way I'm giving you some information. We're going to go here, boop, and Knight's Signet right here. These aren't very expensive. This is a high price right now. These usually sell for around what they buy for in your shop. So this is going to give you plus 120 attack on the Knight's Signet. So that's it for your tier 6 Bis list, and we have no items on the tier 6 Bis list that have fire. So if you want to get your plus 40, I think how it can be done, a way that it can be done, is if you have your mage, right? So if you were to have 5 on all of these, it'd be 35, right? So you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if you have all... Wait, yeah. So you need 2 items with a level 6 enchant on them. If you have 2 items with a level 6 enchant on them, this mage is going to be kicking, dude. Especially mid to late game, this mage is going to deuce out damage like nobody's business, right? Because we got to hit 40 in order to get that 50% attack. It gives an additional 20% on top of this. This 50% is crazy amount of attack. So if you can get like 10 and 10, that's 20. Then you have 25, 30, 35, and 40. And you're set up. So that'll be relatively cheap. You'll probably spend like 100, maybe 200 grand on it. Not bad. And then your mage is kind of set up to farm like the early end game stuff. I think that's about it. Oh, I'm gonna rush through and list off all the tiers. That way it's easier if you want to skip over to this part to where I can go over all of the tiers. So whatever level you are, you can say, okay, he said this tier, and then write down whatever you need, or remember it, or just pause the video and get each item. So your tier 1, you're gonna want a wand, which is a baton. It's 63 attack. The shirt is the body. It's going to give +7 defense. The hat is going to be a stitch cone. It gives +7 defense. The shoe is going to be trailblazers. They give +25 defense and 5 fire. These are best until tier 3 or tier 4, sorry. So trailblazers all the way. The spell, you're going to get Scroll of Cleansing. It's going to give you +74 attack and +5 light. And your ring is going to be an iron ring. It's going to give you +29 attack. Your tier 2, so your level 3 stuff, is going to be your weapon is an Elvenwood Wand, 74 attack. Your body is going to be Black Robe, +15 defense. Your hat is going to be Black Cowl, +15 defense. Your shoes are going to be Trailblazers still. Your spell is going to be Scroll of Armor. It gives you +96 attack and +24 defense. Your ring is going to be Alloy Loop. It gives you +42 attack. Your tier 3 stuff, which is level 6 and up, is your weapon is going to be Hexer's Wand. It gives you +120 attack. Your body is going to be Druid's Robe. It gives you +30 defense. Your hat's going to be Druid's Laurels. It gives you +29 defense. Your shoes are going to be Trailblazers. They're still bis here in tier 3. Your spell is going to be Scroll of Storms. That's 156 attack. And your Emerald Ring for your ring slot is going to give you 86 attack and +5 water. Tier 4, this is your level 9 and up bis. Your weapon is going to be Steel Rod. That's going to give you 152 attack. And like I said, it's not a giant upgrade. So if you want to skip this one so you can save up for the next one, you can do that. This is going to be 152 attack on the Steel Rod. The body is going to be the Disciple's Robe. This is going to give you 48 defense. Your hat is going to be a Bronze Circlet. It's going to give you 39 defense. Your shoes are going to be Thieves' Shoes if you can enchant with fire. If you can't enchant with fire, it's still better. If you have one other enchantment, this will give you 10% more attack. So if you have just one other enchantment on something else, stay with those Trailblazers, because you want that first skill done. So if you don't, if you have other enchantments and you can put the enchantment on the next boots that you have in this slot, upgrade to the Thieves' Shoes for sure, because it's double defense. It's going to be 48 defense. Your tier 4 spell is going to be Song of Valor. This is +220 attack. Your tier 4 ring is going to be Silver Band. It's going to give you +88 attack. Here's the ending tiers. So tier 5 is 12 and up. Your weapon is going to be Star Rod. Definitely get this one. It's going to be +200 attack. Your body is going to be Scholar's Tunic. It gives you +74 defense. Your hat is going to be Wizard's Hat. It gives you +64 defense. Your shoe is going to be Elven Shoes. It gives you +68 defense. Your spell is going to be Tome of the Night, which gives you +328 attack and 10 dark. So keep in mind, we got to replace that dark at some point. Your ring is going to be Noble Ring. This gives you +105 attack. And on to the tier 6. This is this last tier that I'm going to cover. This is level 16 and up. So this is definitely mid-range for like where your hero should be at. So tier 6 weapon is going to be the Sirenel. It's the wand that I showed you. It's going to give you +260 attack, and I'll just spell it for you in case you're trying to look it up while I'm saying it. It's SYLRANEL, and that's a wand. Your body is going to be Witch's Outfit. It's going to give you +105 defense. Your hat is going to be Witch's Hat. That gives you +90 defense. Your shoes are going to be Savage Stride. It gives you +96 defense. Your spell is going to be Tome of Secrets, which gives you +340 attack. And your ring is going to be Knight's Signet, which gives you +120 attack. So that's it, guys. That is the list. That is the Bissy Lissy for this class. So I'll just give my thoughts on what I think about the mage and the usefulness of the mage. So the mage can't solo things. The mage can't solo things because if the mage gets hit like 3 or 4 times, the mage is dead. But if you put the mage into a team comp that has solid damage and evasion, the mage is a powerhouse. The mage just demolishes. So really good character. This is definitely the second best of the first tier of heroes. That's my opinion on it. I think mage is a solid pick alongside rogues. You could put a soldier and a mage together, but the problem is if the mage isn't geared enough and can't kill things fast enough, the soldier is going to die. So there's that aspect. I think the scaling of this attack increase is huge. And the fact that it's attack just outright is also pretty big, because it adds the attack from your spell, from your everything, from your ring. So this is really good. Reaching this 40 fire is pretty good. Like 50% is nuts on the amount of attack that you can get on here. Definitely a solid damage dealer. I think better than some of the tier 2 and on par with some of the tier 3 damage dealers is the mage, which is crazy because if you look at those little star ticks, it only has 2 ticks on no attack, but that passive is good, man. That passive doesn't mess around. It doesn't rely on crits. It's consistent fat damage. So if I missed anything that you guys can think of different tactics you can do with the mage, or if this was helpful for you, I would really appreciate if you would hit that sub button, hit the like button, leave a little comment saying what you thought about the video, or anything you want, really. But that's been the mage for Shop Titans. That's going to be Neo Unstoppable, signing off. Until next time, y'all, have a good one.